One evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go
What?
for a walk in the...
Moonlight.
There wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon for a walk in the...
Moonlight.
So he needed something to walk on.
What do you have in your mouth, Dad?
Nothing. He made a long, straight path so he wouldn't get lost. And he set off on his walk, taking his big...
Purple cloud. Where's that apple tree, Dad?
But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere along the long, straight path. So he left the path for a shortcut across the field and the moon.
What? What's that?
The shortcut led right where Harold thought a forest ought to be. And he didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. It turned out to be...
Apple tree! And he put a funny dragon under the... He just backed away.
And it was a terribly frightening dragon. It even frightened Harold, so he backed away. His hand, holding the purple crayon, shook. Suddenly he realized what was happening. By then Harold was in over his
head.
In an
Ocean.
He came up, thinking fast, and in no time he was climbing aboard a trim little
boat.
He quickly set sail on the moon.
What's it?
After he had sailed along long enough, Harold made land without much trouble, and he stepped ashore on the beach, wondering where
he was.
Harold left a very hungry moose and a deserving porcupine to finish it up. And off he went looking for a hill to climb to see where he was. Harold knew that the higher he went, the farther he could see. So he decided to make the hill
into a mountain.
And he went high enough, he thought, so he could see
his bedroom window.
He was tired and he felt he ought to be getting to bed. He hoped he could see his bedroom window from the top of the
mountain.
But as he looked down the other side,
he slept.
And there wasn't any other side of the mountain.
And he needed a moon, actually.
Actually?
Yeah.
But luckily he kept his
purple crayon.
Wits.
And his wits.
And his purple crayon.
Shut.
And he made a balloon. And he grabbed onto it. And he made a
basket
under the balloon, big enough to stand in. And he had a fine view from the balloon, but
he ran it down.
He couldn't see his window. He couldn't even see his house.
Where's his house?
So he made a house with windows, and he landed the balloon on the grass in the front yard. None of the windows was his window. He tried to think where his window ought
to be.
He made some more windows. He made a big
folding of lots of folding of his window was Where's Mommy?
Getting a haircut.
Hmm.
And he walked along with the moon, wishing he was at home in his room, his bed. And then,
He's sweet.
suddenly, Harold remembered. He remembered where his bedroom window was, and there was a moon. It was always right around
The moon.
the moon. And Harold made his bed, and he got in, and he
Drew up.
drew up the
Covered.
and the purple crayon,
Dropped on the foot.
and Harold
Dropped off to feet.
and Henry dropped off to sleep.
You did.
Good
I
night.
didn't.
Good night, Henry.
Where's my koala bear?
I'll bring him. I love you. Sleep well, okay?
Hmm.
Hmm.